Hello knitters, Barbara Benson here. I'm an independent knitwear designer who also likes to make videos here on my YouTube channel, Watch Barbara Knit. Make sure to check in the description notes below the video where you will find links to all of my online shenanigans, including how to get my patterns to knit up for yourself, how to join the Watch Barbara Knit Facebook group, how to support me on Patreon, and where to get Watch Barbara Knit merchandise. Today is a little bit of a state of the channel video, kind of blended with state of what's going on in my life right now. And I felt like I needed to make this video just to keep y'all up to speed and let you know some things that are coming in the future. And really, it's a lot about the fact that I had a significant thing happen in my life that has made me think some deep thoughts. And it's nothing like exciting. It's something that everyone goes through. At the beginning of September, had my, well, not beginning. Why would I say beginning? In the middle of September, I had my 50th birthday. I turned 50 years old. And if turning 50 doesn't make you stop and think about what you're doing with your life, I think it's something that happens to a lot of people. And it made me think about a lot of both my work-related and personal-related type things. And I'm still thinking about it. Like, I haven't made 100%, here's my new plan. I haven't made a list, but I'm really thinking about, what do I want to do when I grow up? I mean, I'm 50 now and I still feel like I need to figure out what I'm going to do when I grow up. So I wanted to just talk to y'all about it. And one thing just right off the bat, I want to let y'all know is part of my year of being 50, I am actually going on a trip with my mother. It's going to be a lot of fun, but the trip is going to last an entire month. I will be gone for the month of November. So I wanted to let you know that right up front, that for the month of November, videos are going to be very scarce. I don't know if I'm going to get any recorded in time for me to upload them. Now, I am going to be traveling, and if I have the right kind of service, if I have uploads, I might be able to make some shorts, and it might be for the month of November. Knitting content is low, but you might get some travel content. And if you enjoy that, just seeing where I am and what I'm doing, I'd love to have you follow that and comment. But again, I don't know because I'm going to be in the I don't know what the area is called. The South Pacific, I believe, is the area it's considered. So I'm really excited about it, but also a little bit nervous, which, talking about how it makes me nervous, brings me to another point of a decision that I have made, is that I will no longer be traveling to teach. I just came in September. I went to Minnesota and absolutely had a wonderful time. I really enjoyed meeting all of the people, and I really enjoy the classes. And if I had a Star Trek teleporter to device that would get me to an event instantaneously, then I would teach any place that would have me. But traveling like that, traveling for business, involves a lot of anxiety and stress for me. It's just personal things. And again, it's looking at personal things and facing some truths about yourself. And as much as I enjoy the teaching, the traveling is challenging to my mental health. So you could say that I'm going to stop traveling to teach for health reasons, and that it's my mental health. And now that's a whole nother thing that I could talk about, but that is so far outside of the realm of this channel, which is supposed to be about knitting. But mental health is health. me saying that I don't think I should continue traveling because of my mental health and what effects it has is just the same as if I was to say, I have a back injury and I can't be on an airplane for that amount of time. I think people should look at it the same way. But that's a tangent that I'm really bad with. Speaking of tangents, I will be doing the last Thursday of the month. I will still be in town, so we will have a live stream where you can ask me anything about fiber and fiber related stuff. That'll be, hang on, what is the date on that? That's the 26th. So Thursday the 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Would love to have you and your friends join us. It's always fun. I try to answer as many knitting questions as I can. I try to explain why I can't answer some of the questions because it's outside of my area of expertise, but frequently the people in the chat got my back and they can answer the questions. So it's a lot of fun, and I think everybody learns a little bit of something from that, from the live streams. So put that on your schedule. I will put up a reminder at the beginning of next week, but we will be doing that. Another thing that I've been thinking a lot about is my design and how my designs have been changing and all kinds of things. And one thing I realized is I don't feel like I'm focusing on it as much as I should. A lot of you probably know, because I've mentioned it, for the last almost 5 years, I've worked at a local yarn store here in Sarasota called A Good Yarn. It is a wonderful store full of wonderful people. And if you're ever in Sarasota, you should definitely visit it. And it has been really great for me to be in a weekly contact with like the knitting public, so I can interact with people. But I have decided that the time has come for me to not work in the store because I want to go in some different directions. And I feel like the slacking off that I feel like I've been doing on my design, I think is because I've been working in this other capacity. And I try to do whatever I do, like, as well as I can. And I've devoted a lot of time to the store and have enjoyed it greatly. But I've decided it's time to take a step back and really focus on my design and figure out where I want to go with it. Because one thing that has been really interesting that I've noticed in my design is that since I started working in the yarn store, it changed. It changed my designs. It changed how I was designing because of the interaction with customers and knitters and answering questions. I've kind of started designing with more thought towards, is this going to appeal to a wider skill range? Well, wider skill range. I don't know if wider skill range is a good, my designs, if you look at them, if you look at my early designs, they tend to be more complex and a little more challenging and are a little scary for some people. And I realized that I needed to figure out a way to make things that were beautiful that maybe weren't so scary. So I've started designing and when I was thinking about adding in more complex elements, would resist adding in those complex elements because I wanted my patterns to be accessible to the, even some of the newer or people with more introductory level skill. Now, I rarely design beginners pieces, and I never really figured that out because I'm just too overcomplex. But they are more simple, but I think also elegant. And I like that I've learned that, but I feel like I've focused on that too much. I'm not saying I'm not going to design those kind of designs anymore because I still believe that they're necessary, and I want people to be able, of all skill ranges, to be able to knit my work. But I want people of all skill ranges to enjoy knitting my pieces. And I feel like for the last few years, I've been focusing maybe too much on the more introductory level, the more simple level, and I have not been doing more challenging things, which is honestly the stuff I like to knit. And I want to get back into that. I want to get back into the more complex mosaic lace that I was designing, and I want to be able to design like what I want to knit that will be appealing to a more narrow range of designers that want to tackle that kind of skill level. And I know that that's going to reduce my sales. So for me to be able to design those sorts of things, I also need to have the time to continue to design the more broadly appealing designs at the same time. Because if it's an instead kind of situation, I'm just going to reduce my sales. So I need to be able to be working on something more complex and something more generally appealing kind of at the same time. And to do that, I can't be in the store. It's a time management issue and having the time to do those sorts of things. So that is a look into all of the stuff that has been running around in my brain that I'm trying to figure out. And, I'm going on this trip and travel. My understanding, I'm traveling to places I've never been before, and travel changes your viewpoint too. So I'm looking at this month, and the next month or so is going to be me trying to figure out where I want to go with this channel, where I want to go with my knitting. Another thing that I really need to make a more important part of my life is fitness. I've been walking a lot and I've joined a gym, but I live in a beautiful place and I need to get outside more often. I need to get out in nature and walk and see things. And again, all these things take time. So I've got to decide where I'm putting my time. So, and if I'm not going to be traveling for teaching, do I want to work on online teaching? And then there's a whole nother ball. There's just a lot. There's a lot to think about and a lot to figure out. And I don't have to like make a decision and be like, here's the decision. And then it's my life, and I can like change things if I try something and it doesn't work out. But yeah, so that is what I wanted to talk to y'all about. I wanted to let y'all know that I was going to be out of town and really don't know what level of communication I'm going to be able to have. If you haven't followed my Instagram yet, there will probably be lots and lots of pictures of beautiful places, hopefully, on that Instagram. So you might want to jump over there and make sure you're following me there. I'm going to try to do some shorts here on YouTube. But I don't know what my connectivity is. I will not be traveling to teach anymore. And my time at the yarn store, working at the yarn store in person, has come to a conclusion. I'm still going to buy yarn and stuff. And actually, I might try to learn how to like actually take the extra time I have, extra time to actually like buckle down and get a better understanding of crochet. Who knows? There's so many things that can be done. So if you have any questions for me, you can always come to the Ask Me Anything live next week on Thursday. Or if you can't make that, just, let me know in the comments. Ask questions if you need clarification of anything I talked about and what my plans are, because I have just babbled for... How long have I babbled? 15 minutes, almost. So it's a lot. But yay for more time for knitting, more time for designing, and I'm going to try to explore some new and interesting places and things, and I will see you next week at the live stream, and then I will be back in December. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, click that like button. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a new video, please subscribe to my channel and select notifications. Thank you so much.